Ladies and gentlemen, big terrible news.
Hey, kia ora koutou whānau. Do I sound like Pat yet?
I don't know.
Hello, Matinda.
I'm being assailed by a terrorist tonight, as we can all see.
No.
Was
Oh,
jumping up
no.
on the keyboard as the credits started to roll. So let me just satiate the demon. Welcome. This is my child, my absolute annoying demon child. Everyone. So say kia
Cute,
ora.
though.
Wait, you got treats. Work for them. Yep. There you go. There you go.
How are you doing other than the cat drama?
Oh, you know, honestly, that's probably one of the better parts of my week.
Yeah, I feel that. It's been a bit of a kind of week, eh? Just like, when does it end? Is it the weekend yet?
Honestly, I think just after last week, then going into this week with all the bullshittery, it's just, it's exhausting. It's tiring.
Yeah. It's an exhausting week to be fighting for your rights, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, how are we all doing? How's chat? How you doing, guys? Welcome to the Friday night show. This is supposed to be the positive day of the week, so let's keep our spirits up. There's a couple of people asking what's the name of your little fur baby.
I mean, like most cats, has many names. Her proper legal name is Stretch Armstrong because she's very long. She's a ragamuffin, which means you get a lot of cat for your.
Oh wow, that is a cat
and that's not even fully stretched out. She's
wow,
large and fluffy. So, but she gets called. Her current name is pretty much Dingus because she's a bit of a fucking dingus.
I feel that.
She's very cute. She's very sweet. We adopted her when she was abandoned by students. So you know, she's
sad.
Lucky she's got a home.
Hair up my nose. I got bloody cat fur up my nose now. Like I need to tell people in case they're like, "Oh, she's picking her nose. It's gross." If you know, you know. Pet hair up the nose, it just it gets in. And it gets in your eyes. And you're like, "Where is it? Where's the hair? Where is it?"
It's everywhere.
All right. Have we got a meme to start us off, or are we just gonna jump right into it?
I mean, I don't know which meme we want to start on. Actually, how about we start on
one just to start the vibes, give the vibe. What is the vibe tonight?
I mean, the vibe is this week has been a little weird. The vibe is honestly, the world kind of feels like it's a little bit on fire, which I'm sure
we'll be fine.
The vibe also, why does it not want to show me where my tab is open?
In the meantime, hello everyone. Did anyone go to the Hīkois this week, or any Hīkoi this week? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Any Hīkoi? Yes. Okay. Did anyone go to any Hīkoi this week? I went to the one in Christchurch. It was really interesting. I don't think I've actually been to anything like that in a while. Which is probably terrible of me because I really should be more of a buffer. But it was nice to be there. There was school children who were singing, which was really cool. There were kids also doing the haka. There was a lot of really empowering speeches, which I really appreciated. It wasn't, the one in Christchurch was probably not as big as I was expecting. That said, it was very, I was almost on TV. I was like next to the cameraman, must have been TV One of stuff. And he like turned and got to me. And I was like, I'm right there, but he's not showing me. So that was my claim to fame. But it's probably because I look too like obvious.
Too keen.
It would have been like, everyone else, and then like pink-haired girl just like standing out. So I don't. Yeah. But also the last thing I saw, probably protest-wise, apart from the current week, was especially on TV, was the Dunedin protest. Protesting the Dunedin hospital. And that, I think actually what they did is it put into perspective how massive that Dunedin protest was and how much support against for.
Sorry.
I guess against what? The defunding? Anyways, words. Yes.
The broken promises, yes.
Broken promises is probably a better way to put it, but yeah.
Well, this is the only way I can put the meme up, so you know what? We're just going to make it work.
Oh!
But here we go. This was submitted in the Discord, so I believe this was Frosty, even though he doesn't watch the Friday show. This is a meme he posted that I found particularly gave me a bit of a hee-hee and a bit of a ha-ha.
Nice. That's I think a few people have seen that, but it's still good. It's such a good representation, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the way that we deal with the trauma.
Well, I mean, like, if that's all we can do, we gotta at least have the memes.
Yep, it's the copium.
All right. Well, let's thanks for the meme. Let's start with our quick little recap of the week. So Monday, Chewie was sick. The poor thing. After he went to Pearl Jam. Oh, but let's just take a moment. He got better. We're all good. Shane Tipo. Thank you. Shane Tipo joined the show. He survived the US election. Good on him. And it was day one of the Hīkoi, which left Tererenga. There we go. Wairua, which is Cape Reinga. Tuesday, the boys were joined by Annabelle Ahuriri Driscoll, discussing the apology at Parliament to the survivors of abuse in state care. A very important day for them and for all of us. Wednesday was Julie Ann Genter joined to talk fairies and her lovely little exchange with, or challenge to Nicola Willis in Parliament. Then the Hīkoi reached Auckland. Thursday, the Treaty Bill was a big day. The Treaty Bill passed in Parliament at its first reading, and Hana led in a historical haka opposing the bill right in front of Seymour's face, with the entire gallery joining in with support, which was very cool.
So
I'm sure
good.
everyone got to enjoy that.
And if you haven't, watch it.
Oh yes, 100%.
If you somehow haven't, I mean, maybe we'll have to, if we get time, we'll replay it just because. Who doesn't like watching that?
The Jerry Brownlee moment is my absolute favorite thing to watch.
Fucking Jerry.
The discomfort, the like very British, like, oh no. It makes me laugh. Such a good time. But don't worry, I've got something special for you in the highlight reels. I think you'll appreciate it. And in not so much fun news from overseas, of course, Trump's appointments continue to be no surprise to anyone. And this time around, he's going to have a bunch of Trump loyalists who will not challenge him the same way that his previous appointments did, who were a little bit more, shall we say, experienced in their fields, and also probably more of a America first over Trump first, the best for America, the best for the people, less so than what he wanted. That's not going to happen this time around, so that's a bit concerning. Definitely something to keep an eye on.
Project 2025, we're fucked.
It's right. I'm keeping the COVID going. I've got to keep the COVID going. Speaking of great things, Nick Fuentes is back in the news, our proud white supremacist friend. There's no one. Is fueling a slogan of "Your body, my choice," which is pretty horrific. It's a rewriting of the slogan, which was in favor of abortion rights, which is "My body, my choice." That should concern anyone that has a daughter, has a wife, spouse.
Anyone that exists in this fucking world.
Anyone that should concern anyone. And I know it's kind of like it was a joke, blah, blah, blah. But that really should concern a lot of people. Because that
be a joke
is
when
a
I beat your face in?
It's a slogan that is that fuels more than just abortion rights. We're heading backwards in that one. So I would keep your eye on it. Don't let that slip, because that really,
Hold
really
men
concerns
to
me.
account around you, people. It's
Yes,
all
please.
good to be friends, but let's
do it
not
for your
let
daughters.
people get away with shit.
Do it for your daughters, your nieces, your wife, everyone around you.
Yeah, don't care who
so
you need to do it for. Do it.
it's a great little roundup of the week. Yay! Oh, God, I keep calling.
Woo! Misogyny and racism wins again this week. I mean, what? What?
Yeah, and then there's the 4B movement as well. So, but
yes, 4B. I have heard of that.
if that starts
as
to
well.
continue with traction, we will definitely do a deep dive. Alrighty-o. Have we got some footage from the Hīkoi around the motu that you want to share? Because I think that's some beautiful stuff.
We might as well. Or do we want to do that? Or do we want to start with the yucky stuff first and get it out of the way? Because
I don't know, chat. What are we feeling? Yucky stuff?
Okay.
Or
how about
let's
that?
just get the bad stuff out, and then we'll go towards the good stuff. What are we feeling?
Do we want to look at David Seymour and Karen Plunket's face first? Or closer to last?
And then erase it as we go. I think we want to erase it as we go.
Yeah,
okay,
I feel like maybe
let's
we'll start with Plunket, and just because I don't want to end on those guys. Their faces, it was bad enough I had to watch all of that today. So let me just.
You want to pull it up, or do you want me to?
Yeah, and I'm just gonna share that now.
Everybody's favorite, better of pancake better.
If people haven't seen this video, it's honestly a bit of a rough watch, to be quite frank. It opens with everybody's favorite Karen Plunkett, basically just really, really, really licking and greasing up to his favorite David Seymour, because he seemed very outraged on Seymour's behalf. It was a bit weird. He kind of opened it saying that he was introducing the man that Luxon threw under the bus, as if somehow David's definitely not got a lot to do with what's happening right now, which was honestly very strange. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to come into this. We don't want to listen to them.
Although I appreciate the narrative of blame Luxon. It's a little bit refreshing.
I mean, it was nice. I agree. It's nice to see something different, I guess. But this is just. Let me know if it's too loud, by the way.
And others won't.
Well, he said there's nothing about the bill that he likes. He was quite specific. Not a single thing. Not the idea of equality before the law or the government's right to govern. That is really surprising to many New Zealanders.
Which, I mean, that right away, I mean, it's really interesting, I guess, to actually see how the other side think and live, I guess. It's an interesting spin. I mean, it's interesting to see the way that they're very clearly fueling a very certain type of rhetoric to a very certain type of people that will just hear that and go, oh, yes. And it was not a good start.
Luxon doesn't know what time the bus runs, so he wouldn't know how to throw him under the bus. Such a good point. Such a good point.
God, you're so right. And again, it's very interesting to see someone that's trying to spin it as if Luxon's the puppeteer, not the puppet, which is definitely not something I've heard many people say at all.
Think about it that way, but that's very true.
Yeah, and then we'll just go into, I guess I've skipped a bit of what he's talking because it was mostly bullshit, but.
And I think there are. I just make the point that unless you're prepared to have these difficult conversations and have them in a constructive way, then it's actually all the harder to solve all those problems, because we want to see it easier to get resource consent for a house. But so long as people widely believe that you have to follow the principles of the Treaty of Waitangi when implementing the Resource Management Act or whatever comes after it. And so long as you say that you have a different set of rights in resource management based on who your ancestors were.
Which is just, oh, I mean, the way he just loves to go for the RMA every goddamn time.
It seems to be his point of view in terms of what Māori are trying to do. It seems to be that it's all about land to him. It's like land. And that's all he sees of it, is like, no, this is the right of all New Zealanders. Every New Zealander has the right to enjoy land. And it's like, yeah, but that's not really what we're talking about here. It's
I mean, and that's
sure, like the use of the land, but like
the amount
it goes beyond that. That's the point. It goes beyond that. It's about people and people's rights too, especially Māori rights. Like,
yeah, well, that's the thing, is he's taking away the important nuance just to fit his stupid fucking narrative so that he can
he's trying
continue
to
race bait and dog whistle. And actually this next clip, the only comment I had is pissy shitties about Luxon not taking their side enough, because to be honest, that's about all this is really summed up into, is them just having a hissy.
He said, we're giving ACT their little bill, and then we're going to kill it dead as a dog because it's rubbish. It's not a very respectful, it would seem to me, way to conduct politics. And it was, I'd say, as vehement as I've seen the Prime Minister in rejecting an idea.
Yeah, but
And just the line disrespectful. Just disrespectful. I genuinely could not believe that.
Hypocrisy.
The amount of expletives that came out of my mouth while I was watching this is just insane. We'll skip forward again for a little bit more crap.
Better?
Have you raised at Cabinet, without disclosing any Cabinet secrets, the idea of a conscience vote on this?
No, and I don't think that would be helpful. I mean, you've basically got a commitment from three parties to vote for it, so it's got a majority to go through. If you had a conscience vote, maybe you get one or two people from Labor that secretly and quietly actually support this idea, but probably not very likely. You might well get some people from National and New Zealand First who decided to vote against it, so the bill wouldn't go through. So I think given
That's
we've
why he
got
doesn't want it.
Exactly. He's saying
He knows
all of the
if it was a
out loud
conscious
now.
vote. Yeah. Oh, if it was a conscious vote, I mean, obviously,
I
no one
mean,
would support
like,
it. But because of the coalition
with
agreement,
the majority,
I've negotiated that I will get this bill to second reading. Yeah. Go me.
Just honestly, the fact that he just admitted to the fact that he does not want to go to that conscience vote because he knows that he has a chance of not winning and not fulfilling his Atlas mission.
No. I don't even know if NZ First, if there's any MPs that have come out and said in favour of this. Like, every single national MP that has been cornered on this very thing has been like, coalition agreement. It's coalition agreement. It's coalition. Like, the amount of pursed lips and bitten tongues are going, can't say what happened in that cabinet meeting room. Sorry, can't say anything. Can't say anything. Coalition agreement.
Stupid fucking agreement, honestly. And I just the fact that he made it and timed it perfectly in the loopholes so that he could be acting PM when this goes down is just so fucking convenient. So convenient for him.
Failing from all sorts of things.
Oops, sorry. Let's have a look at what else.
People, end of the day, it's happening.
So you seem to be saying, David, and I'd hate to paraphrase or presume, that even the act of introducing this bill, even if it is killed after first reading, has begun a debate which, because of its necessity, will inevitably and organically continue.
This I found fucking disgusting.
He just said the quiet part out loud. Yes. He's
Uh-huh.
basically stoked the fire. This is all he wanted. He just wanted to stoke the fire and start to say, hey, that treaty bill, wait, sorry, the treaty, that treaty, tiriti, it's not in your favor, white people.
Exactly.
Rally against it. Rally against it.
He's like, so what you're saying is that even if it doesn't go through, you'll still get to, use all this dog whistling to kind of create all this fucking unnecessary division.
Yeah.
In a time where we
On
really
people that
do
don't
need
there's probably half the people that don't give a shit. They're just like, I don't care. I just want to let me farm my land and just feed my family. I don't care about this stuff. I don't know much about it. But David Seymour, he's telling me this is about equality. This is about my rights. Maybe I should start paying attention. Even though I have
Well, that's the
zero
thing
knowledge
is,
of the treaty. I have a
they're
ninth grader
manipulating-
knowledge of the treaty.
they're manipulating it to make it fit that. And that's the thing, is they're misrepresenting very specific aspects so that they can make it seem like the stupid racist thing that brown people are just being racist to white people. And unfortunately,
want more
it's
power.
working. It's been working for a long time. I mean, it's just ridiculous that he's like, oh, we've got to have these hard conversations and do all these things. And it's like, the hard conversations we need to have is not this one. And I mean, actually, I'll continue on because there's this bit about to come up that, honestly, all I could write was what the fuck in my notes.
You know what the best part is?
Well, I mean, if you look
Sorry, yes?
This one is 3 days old. There's another one that I watched that's 9 hours old. So we could watch even more of this. But to
I
be fair,
don't know.
it was I can go through it really quickly in a second, but yeah, carry on.
I mean, I'm more just like, oh yay, more David Seymour. That's exactly what I love. My
Look,
favorite thing in the goddamn
he's
world.
got to get more airtime. I mean, he hasn't had enough recently. He got overshone by a haka. Like, how dare they? And a Hīkoi.
at most movements for equal rights. It's the end of slavery, euthanasia, homosexual law reform. All of those took time and several attempts at introducing laws to Parliament before the right side of the argument won. And that's, I think, why there's so much desperation to stop this from happening, because there's people who know in the bureaucracy, I dare say it in the courts, among some Maori leadership, who know that once this is in place, we're going to be in a very different space. I suspect that some of the chiefs who signed the treaty were astonished to realise that it would give a vote to the people that they used to rule, that those people would have a free vote. And there's always been
I mean, so I'm just going to stop it there because there's a lot going on in this part.
Damn, there is so much I want to rip into him for.
In case anyone was not clear, what he's saying there is he's comparing his righteous act of bringing this corridor into the minds of all New Zealanders is so that he can fight for equality, just like our
Gay
LGBTQ ancestors, just like our black, brown, people of color ancestors who have fought actual fucking oppression. He is comparing what he is doing with this to those genuine causes. And
He's comparing his white people problems.
I just, honestly, this enraged me to a degree that I just thought, how fucking dare you? How dare you even if it's not Māori stuff, sure, take that out of the frame if you're racist like that. Even if it's just queer rights. How fucking dare you? How dare you compare your need to talk about te tiriti and the treaty or whatever the fuck to the murder of thousands, if we don't even know how many queer people have been murdered historically. How dare you compare that to this? Like, just actually fucking disgusting.
He's using it as like look, I'm woke. I'm with the people. The euthanasia bill for the right. It's all for the freedom of choice.
Exactly.
Fear.
He's trying. He
freedom
does
of
these
choice when it
strawmans
comes to
all the time.
LGBT, to gay marriage. 100%, great. But now you're saying I did all these good things. The tiriti bill or the treaty bill. That's the next good thing I'm doing. I'm doing good thing for the people, for all of us. And
he genuinely thinks that this is him being woke. Or at least he wants us to think that's what he is. Because I genuinely don't believe. I think he's manipulative. He'll do what the fuck he wants to get what he needs.
Here's a quick little conspiracy theory for you. Conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory. Do not take this as me saying this could be. I'm literally saying little conspiracy theory, right? Little atlas behind pulling their little strings. They're like, hey, you should introduce the euthanasia bill because that will get a few people on your side. It's pretty, progressive. And then, hey, you should help to vote for the gay rights gay marriage, just to legalize gay marriage. Just put that in there. Okay, now let's go after the brown people. They're just like, yes, okay, we've got people on our side. Let's do it. We'll attack them now. They've got your trust. They'll listen to you.
Up, guys. They're rounding us up. I mean, that lady said it really
Seymour.
well on that clip from last week. It is a slow act of genocide when you try to do these things to people. And
They've
yes,
already done genocide. They tried to literally breed out Māori.
Yeah, why do you think I look so
Not
white?
that long ago. Like, I would argue that there are... Well, I mean, of course there are. Māori are a minority. But I would say there are a minority of the minority who are actually... I don't say pure Māori, but, like, they don't have... I don't... Like, how would I say this without it making it worse? Like,
I don't know what you're trying to say, if I'm honest.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have white in their bloodline from trying to breed out Māori.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's very, very, very few
forcible dilution of people's lineage through the horrible RAP word and through colonization, through systemic issues like taking away our language, our culture. There are so many different facets that have acted together that have like Aotearoa isn't the first place that says that has had this happen. I see. There we go. We've got some whānau from over in Australia, and I feel so much for our whānau over there. Like, they have gone through so many horrible things, and people can try to say, oh no, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. And like, the easiest way I see it is, if they haven't done this, why did I grow up without my reo and without my culture? Why did so many of us grow up without these things? Oh yeah, it's because it happened. Whether you like it or not, colonization happened. Our culture was ultimately damaged, and there is some damage to our culture we will never, ever be able to get back. But it's been 180 years. Yeah. It's been 180 something years, and we're still fucking fighting. So, I mean, that's what really gives us the most hope, I think. And I mean, yeah, I agree. His face is annoying me. The only real thing that was left in there is just more dog whistling. Like, he made a nod to the fucking elite. He made an elite comment, which we all know. We all know what he's trying to do with that.
Yeah. I think the biggest show of how little we've progressed is how, I mean, I'm saying this about this issue and also the Nick Fuentes, your body, my choice type thing, is that how little we've progressed because of how easy it is to regress as much as we could. If that hopefully makes sense. It's like, we thought we were starting to get equality. One step in 1 year, we might see 100, 200 years of history. Well, no, probably no. It'd be 30 years of progress, right? Or sorry, 50 years of progress from the 1970s. Just completely gone if it goes through,
and
right?
I mean, I would say 200 is true though, because there's been so much work that has been done. You know, Māori have not stopped fighting since Te Tiriti. Yes, people don't often know about it because we don't get fucking taught anything. Like, the only reason I even know anything I know now is because I literally had to go get a bloody student loan so that I could learn at a Western institution to learn my culture. I had to pay money to learn my own history. I had to pay money. And I mean, actually, this is kind of actually flows into a point that I wanted to actually talk about a little bit tonight. And that I think when a lot of people don't understand how like these systemic issues affect them, because I think many people live their life not realizing how these things are affecting them. But once you start to learn more, you actually start to realize, actually, no, it has been affecting me. I just wasn't aware. So when I was in my, I think, early 20s, I, for whatever reason, ended up being homeless. I was living out of my car, and because of that, I was basically staying in dock campsites because that was just the easiest way for me to find a place that was safe to park up and that I wouldn't get in trouble by the police. So I was staying in Matata at basically the dock campsite over there. And, that happened. That's been many years now. And it was only this year that I learned through actually an activity that I had to do as a part of a class was we had to just look up, our whenua, the Māori land courts, and see if we had any land that our family had. And I knew that my nan and my koro had some land, but I didn't know much about it because, being cut off from that stuff. And I went on there and I found that across the road, about 100 meters from where I stayed in my car, homeless, was land that my nanny had claim to. So I was homeless less than 100 meters from land that I technically should be able to just rock up. I could have, should have been able to know that that was there, and like maybe could have gone over and been like, hey, can I chuck a 10 on the yard, or can you help? But no, I'm learning this now as a nearly 30-year-old person who was homeless as a 20-year-old. And that is how dispossession works. That is how systemic oppression works. You don't even know that it's happening to you.
Pretty sad stuff, isn't it?
Mm.
Thank you for sharing that, though. I appreciate that.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I think this says a lot. I think it says a lot about the reality of the situation.
Yeah, I
And I-
think
like,
that we don't
for me,
know what's going on a lot of the time.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of nuance that I understand from that of like, the fact that you were homeless, the fact that you had the land that your family's entitled to. And it's pretty sad.
Yeah,
Sad
I mean,
place to be.
it sucks that like people have to go through that kind of thing. We should probably get to some of our chats though.
Oh yeah. Do
So-
you want to throw up some super chats?
Yes, we've got some super chats. We got David McLucky.
You should be.
Late fee. I am disgusted in myself. Do not listen to Emily.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. How dare you? Thank you.
Kiwi Burb for $5, wasting 4 million of taxpayers' money so David can twerk on the treaty. That money could be spent on boats, victims of state abuse, and hospitals. Abso-fucking-lutely. So much better money we could be spending.
Okay, much further.
Do you want to read that one?
Better time sitting on the toilet with diarrhea.
I think that came up. That chat came through during the Karen Plunket Seymour. So that's
okay.
what
Thanks,
that is
Brian.
referencing. Yes,
Okay. Thanks.
and
thanks,
I
Brian.
agree. Oops, sorry.
Oop.
Sorry.
Get out of here. It's mine. It's mine. Anything else I'm missing?
There's just a few that I was just making sure some of the starred ones. But we had some good points from the chat. Like it's in the ballot. Just take a look at the many Maori last names that aren't from New Zealand, but from someone who's married into a Maori family from abroad. Kim NZG. There was no one left to stand for me. They want to chip away Maori rights, environmental rights, breaking health, etc. These keyboard warriors who spew hate and racism don't know they will come for them. I agree completely. And just wanted to say my condolences, Rochelle Latimer, who says, my dad was a part of the stolen generation in Australia, and that is definitely such a horrible thing, and I feel for you and your whānau. And then what do we have here? Seymour wouldn't know anything about equality. He knew very little about income support payments last year at their election campaign launch. He loudly told me to get a job. And
Fuck
that sounds
you.
about right, doesn't it?
Really?
What a see you next Tuesday.
Like the privilege of like
the right-wing think tanks like Atlas Network who are trying to fuck us all. Oh, but to be fair, we can't forget the landlords, guys.
Oh yeah, yeah,
the
of course.
Landlords. We got to look
Downward
after
pressure.
them.
How's everyone's rents doing? Did we all get a little tax break from from rents, or a little discount? Anyone notice that? No? Okay, never mind then. Guess it's all bullshit. Shall we do some memery? Because we all need to pick up. We saw the pancake batter.
Find a way to not
Saw the pancake batter.
You know
saw
what?
the Seymour on. Just breathe, everyone. Breathe. Got this. We got this.
That's fine. We just
feed us the memes. Feed us the memes.
You're just gonna have to deal with the weird screen for like 2 seconds.
It's all right. Just don't put it up until you're ready.
Oh yeah. Okay. Do you want to chuck it up for me now?
What you got? What you got?
Well, we've got. Oh, I'm sure some of you have heard about Andrew Tate coming for Māori and our haka. So for those of you who will be listening on the audio podcast, the tweet from Andrew Tate reads, "The haka is gay. Sorry, New Zealand. All that screaming and dancing just to get owned by gunpowder. Wakata rakata ria tongue emoji. Boom, dead." And
so there's two interpretations.
Yes.
Oh no, carry on.
No, you go.
I was gonna say there's two. So that waka ta raka ta rea could either be in the tongue emoji. We think that's either him trying to do the haka.
That's my assumption.
It's him making gun noises, like assault gun noises. But
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll leave it up to you guys to. And I don't know. I don't really get it. Also, the fucking. I've said this multiple times. The best comeback that Andrew Tate has, and this really shows his age. Sorry, his age is his best comeback is "you're gay," like the
literally
gay. Like
honestly,
that doesn't scare anyone. Like no one's offended by that. It's like, yeah, so what? Like, well done. You're a 10-year-old from the early 2000s.
Honestly,
you got nothing better.
Ooh, got him.
Ooh, the gay.
For the audio listeners, the rest of the meme is a picture of someone dressed as Billy T. It says, "So Andrew, are you telling me that kickboxing is gay? All of that training just to get TK'd by a pizza box?" And then it's got a picture of him with the pizza box that got him arrested. And then a picture of him getting arrested. And I love that.
What a layered meme. I love it.
It came through today, right as we were getting ready for the show. I think we've got some more. I don't know what order we're going in, but we're just going to get surprise memes. Oh, yes.
Oh.
So Corey Gonzalez McCure, who you may all know from like What We Do in the Shadows, awesome comedian. It's a the Sun article revealed women will be having more sex with robots than men by 2025. And he retweeted it with big year coming up for David Seymour. And it warms my soul.
There's always a silver lining. There's always a silver lining.
Do we want another meme or do we want to wait?
Yes, we need another meme. Load us up.
Oh, that's not the meme. Oh, yeah. I found this today on Facebook, actually. So those for her audio listeners, it is the Treaty Principle Bill by Chris Luxon, age 54 and a half. And it's written as if a child has drawn it in crayon. And honestly, he's trying, guys.
He's trying. His backwards E's are so cute. Well done. Well done. Clap, clap.
All right. Should we save the?
Or is that infantilizing him?
Oh, yeah,
yep. All right. We've had bad stuff. Let's go to the good stuff. What do we got? What's some footage from Hīkoi? Let's look at some cool stuff that happened around the country this week.
So I will mute the no, this one can have sound, so hopefully it's not too loud. Let us know if it's too loud though. This is footage that actually I got sent from a friend of the Hīkoi going through Kitty Roa. And for those of you who are on the audio podcast, there's a crowd of people all in I'm assuming it's the city centre square. I'm not a local to Hamilton, so I could not say. But yeah, I saw so many videos. There was actually quite a few videos I saw. And at almost every single town that I saw videos from, I saw people on horses. And that was really nice. And then I will pop this one. Oh, sorry. 1 second. This is on Fenton Street in Rotorua. I mean, as you can see, a lot of people. So yeah, that's on right through the middle of town. I have quite a few videos from Rotorua, obviously, but also Ems, I don't know if you know you're muted. And I did.
I was fixing something on my computer.
No, you're fine. I believe the place in Kirikiriroa must have been Garden Place. So thank you, chat.
I don't understand this reference, but what? So,
somebody explain the joke in the chat.
Sorry, Garrick. I'm trying, but sorry, bro.
But yeah, I mean, it was awesome to see so many people turning up and just actually,
cool stuff.
Oh, so good. Did you have any of the footage from your?
Yeah, but my camera is not playing balls.
Fucking balls though.
Fucking balls, but it's not playing balls, so
Okay.
I don't know. It's lost its ability to throw heavy objects.
Aww. The Atlas network is getting us, guys. The spy ops are after us.
I think Simeon had a word to it. Maybe Luxon as well. It's a very nuanced joke that someone might not get. Also, oh no, I lost it. Someone said kapatia, sugar.
Oh, cup of tea, Milo. The classic. The fucking classic.
But that does, yes, I haven't heard that one today. That's good. Speaking of Milo,
oh god, are we going to talk about the Milo thing?
I don't know. I mean, it was one of the
Do you want to
stories
talk
that
about
were
the
like,
Milo thing?
No, it's fine.
Okay,
It's fine.
I mean, we can. We can just touch on it. I mean, I don't know if you guys have heard about the Milo thing.
This is important stuff. Okay, we need the good news. Sometimes the good news is sometimes also a meme.
Nah, this is
important.
This is true, actually. So basically, I was looking through the news today, and I came across an article about the fact that the Health New Zealand were trying to remove Milo from staff rooms, and yeah, it's just a bit of a kooky story. So I will just
No, this one. Cuppity coffee. That's terrible.
I mean,
That's
yeah.
no. Keep pressing.
I
on.
mean, it is pretty cringe. I mean,
that's next level, isn't it?
to be fair, I mean, I remember that back in the day, like it was a bit of a funny
It's a different time.
like,
It's a
yeah,
different time.
you know. So yeah, it's just a bit of a random story about how Health New Zealand wants to potentially remove Milo from staff rooms so that they could save up to $3 million, apparently. I don't know. That seems like quite a lot of money for Milo.
I know
But
pennies, but
yeah. The
could
health
have used
commission-
Seymour's 4 million from his bill. Put it
Yeah,
into
well, the health
Milo.
commissioner actually has personally intervened after hearing the move to actually he's petitioning to keep the Milo in the staff room, which I mean I can understand, maybe wanting to provide that for morale, but the only problem is that like I have seen comments from people saying that, given all of the cuts that have been happening.
Let us have our Milo.
No, what we don't really give
Oh.
a shit about Milo. Maybe we could actually have our jobs. Like maybe we don't have to worry about
yeah.
like
Yeah.
maybe we have bigger things to worry about. So I mean, bit of a
Yeah.
random story, but yeah, that's
Hey.
that's the Milo story.
This is the fucking news.
Yeah. So yeah, apparently they've been trying to petition so that it's not just patients who get Milo. All right.
What a slow news day.
Yeah. Anywho, should we talk more about what happened at Parliament?
Oh,
'Cause
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I want to talk about our Queenie, Hana, and our
Hell yeah.
awesome things that happened. Because I also went down to Parramatta yesterday. For those of you who are in the Discord, you already know, but there was a few of us who went down to Parramatta to just go and stand outside and tautoko and just kind of make sure we have some presence. Obviously, I didn't know that things were going to go so crazy and things were going to change the way they did. So by the time I got there, I think Hana was already being kicked out, which was interesting. But I did get to see her. I didn't go and bother her. I didn't go and talk to her. I'm sorry, guys. She clearly had a busy day, so I wanted to. She was busy doing other things.
Really?
So I
Really?
yeah, I mean, just like a little bit of a
What's she doing?
like a little
Democracy?
bit of
Defending her. No? Okay.
But
She could
honestly,
have
it
talked to
was.
you, I mean.
I mean,
Sorry.
to be fair though, I did get to speak to Auntie Debbie. So I know last night there were some people who were kind of just curious, and I know that Debbie was potentially supposed to be on last night.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame her.
Yes. So
day.
when I spoke to her, she was actually on her way back to join the Hīkoi. So she was on her way to, I think it was Papaoia, I believe. And yeah, so I got to chat to, because basically what happened was I was actually outside talking to a member of the Green Party and a few of the activists that were there. And I saw Auntie Debbie walking out and I just had to like yell, and I was just like, thanks, Auntie, thanks for the mahi today. And she like was so lovely and just like came over to us and like, asked us like, was like, oh, how was your day? And we basically were gushing over Hana and her just absolutely amazing haka. And Auntie was telling us that apparently she was feeling a bit bad because I think she was feeling a little bad about getting reprimanded from work. I think like many people would, you get in trouble at work, you get a smack on the hand when you first started at a job, and you're a bit like, oh no. So
Weird as a badge of
but
honor, I say.
and that's what everyone was saying. And I mean, even Debbie was saying, she's like, we're always trying to get kicked out. We told her all good.
That's
Which
the point.
I love that. I love that so much, because I mean, you could see it. There were like, I genuinely believe that David's butthole was tight. It was puckered. He may have peed a little. Like
Well, I mean,
was
that's
like,
what I saw when he was at Waitangi this year. He was like, I've never seen him so nervous. They're giving the speech. I think he did it in today. That giving that speech in front of I don't know, the audience. I don't know what you'd call it, but at Waitangi,
the
he
money
was
he-
shaking. Yes, he was shaking in his boots. He's like,
Oh, yeah,
I've
and so he
never
should
seen
be.
him so uncomfortable, which is like,
He
I
should
actually
be
saw a
fucking
human for
scared.
once, and I'm like, oh, this shit scares him. He knows he is in trouble. Like, oh, I want to see more of that. And I hope he was
Oh.
shitting his pants yesterday.
And that's the thing
Sorry,
is,
Seymour.
I was just like, and because I was also like, obviously, I was talking to one of the other MPs, and they were like, oh, yeah, like we weren't expecting that to happen. But the second that we saw Hana get up, we were like, okay, we're just going. And that was one of the really cool things that I got to talk to them about, was that from everything that I learned, it seems like Te Pāti Māori and Te Pāti Kākāriki, they have very much created a really strong bond over this coalition. They have, and I was talking to them, and from what it sounds like, they're really having to band together. And I think, that adversity is really bringing them together. And actually, Auntie Debbie was saying, she's like, I think now that we're on that opposition side, they were able to kind of really come together, and they're more unified than they've like ever been. I also got confirmation from this Green Party member that Kieran is as awesome and amazing as we think he is. I had to check, guys.
For president.
So, and I was also told that basically anyone in the Labours we think is good people is probably good people, and anyone who maybe gives us not so great, yucky, stale, crusty vibes probably is a little stale.
Oh, now you're being mean to our side.
Well, I'm talking about pale, stale males, not our side.
Yeah, Labour's 50-50. It depends on what the weather's doing.
Yeah, like let's just say, from what I've heard, there's definitely a couple in there that like,
Hey, there's still centre. There's still centre and hovering. So
yeah, I guess.
I just want to highlight a few small little chats, which I think
yes,
are,
of course.
Not that it's super chats. Where are you? Come at me. The haka felt like the rawest, honest thing Parliament gets. Absolutely.
And I actually like
exotic chick.
I think that was one of the things that really just shook me, was to see Parliament actually have Māori things happening, because this is actually something that
Speaking of,
oh yes,
punishing Māori for being Māori is so symbolic of New Zealand's colonial political system. That is exactly what I took away from this. Thanks for doing that. Now you're punished. Get out.
No, exactly. And that's actually like exactly kind of what. So in obviously my studies, we learned a lot about Māori politics. And the one thing that actually really kind of sadly blew my mind is when my lecturer had to point out to us is that the law and the government and everything that has existed legally in this country originally was in te reo. Our laws were not in English originally. Yes, they got translated to English, but the foundation and the actual bones and structure of our country was built in Reo Māori. Because how else would it? That was the language of this country. So when we're talking about like, oh, that's unparliamentary, yeah, in a Westminster system that is. But in this country, when we had Te Tiriti as our founding document, we shouldn't have a Westminster system. We should have a system that actually allows for, because that's the thing is, that is a very Māori way of conducting business. I hate the way that our systems are very like, oh, you just have to be nice about it. Like, fuck being nice sometimes. I'm sorry.
That's why I love Jerry Brownlee's reaction of like, oh, no, 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 no. It's like so British of like, oh, yeah, yeah.
I just found it disrespectful. To be fair, the eye roll I found super fucking disrespectful.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But it shows, in that moment, I saw him go, fuck, I don't actually have any power in the situation. And that for me was like, yeah, fucking sit down, because you don't have any power over this. Like, you literally, like, he couldn't, he like you said, he was the only one with the microphone on as soon as he stood up. And I kind of saw as he was letting it happen, but he was also letting it happen because he couldn't stop it. Like, that's the thing. And that's the power of that haka moment, was like, they had control. Even though he kicked them out, because he had control after that, but in that moment, they had control and they got to speak.
Yeah. I mean, his little bitch move is a little bitch move. Like, the fact that
it's the rules of parliament, right?
No, he set it up at the beginning of the day, though, that he was going to kick out anyone of the public that made a fuss. Where is that on other things? It's really interesting that they always bring this shit out when it's to do with Māori issues. So, like, I find it just really fake and disingenuous for them to be like, oh, well, them's the rules. Yeah, because you guys fucking made the rules. You broke the rules.
And the rules should change.
Made the rules. Exactly.
Yeah. And the rules should change.
And then they want to talk about the rules. No. How about instead of talking about principal bills, we talk about the fact that our country was actually incorrectly made to begin with.
Exactly. This one actually I wouldn't mind. Do you have any insight whether or not it was planned, the haka?
My understanding is it was not planned.
Wow.
My understanding is that it was something that Hana just, and I mean, I think when I looked at what Hana said afterwards, when she was like, and you could see like how nervous and shaky she was, because you could see that she felt really,
she did
really
not.
bad.
I don't know if she came across. Oh, you mean post? She was a bit.
Yeah. So post. So like there was an interview afterwards, and she was saying like, I was just being Māori. This is the only way I know how to be. And that's the thing is like, she was just doing what came. And that's what I'm saying about like how, that would actually be a natural process that could be possible in our systems, had our systems not been just a Westminster structure overlaid onto a completely different country. And I mean, she clearly just like, she knew. And I mean, that's the thing is you could see she knew in her heart that she couldn't. And that was the only way that she could clearly communicate. And I mean, that's why I think Auntie Debbie and, Uncle went up the front, They saw, okay, no, we got to go and we got to, help her. We got to support her. And I know that, the Greens, they got up to support her. Everyone, obviously, like so many people in the stands got up to support and tautoko her. And the thing is, like, also is that when Jerry stood up, all of the microphones, except for his, turned off. So all of that noise that you can hear is coming through one single microphone. So if you just put that into context of how apps, and like from what I heard from people who were inside, like the Wairua was just buzzing. And it was a real powerful, strong moment that she took on herself.
That still shocks me that it wasn't planned. And I think that shows how much support and how natural and strong that part of the culture is, right? The haka is innate in Māori. Like that is like it's
her
a way of being like,
came through her.
Yeah.
Like they definitely like, they speak to us all the time. And there are times where we do things that, I guess to some people come across as aggressive or, intense. But I think like what is wrong with being intense sometimes? What is wrong about being passionate?
But you could argue that it's intense to us because, if we think about classic British, like stuffy,
Yeah. Very
don't want
stoic.
to hurt anyone's body, never
Mm.
see the sunlight type attitude. Of course, that's going to be. But if we saw more of that in our culture, like we see it with the rugby, right? It's a classic example. But if we saw it more, or if it was, if we were confronted with it more, is not quite the word. But if we saw it more and we were interacting with it more, it would be less confronting.
I
I
think
guess
that
in some
actually
ways.
the issue
But I
for
think that's
me
also the
is,
point of it, right? Is it's supposed to be.
but the thing is, I think
suppose-
the issue is actually more that, like, as a nation, we use Maori culture as a trademark, as something to
Yep.
sell ourselves, as tourism, as, if it's like these videos going viral online of this little boy doing a haka, or this teenager doing a haka to farewell his, friend who died, everyone's moved and they love it and it's beautiful. But when it means something important as well in a completely different context like this, all of a sudden it's villainized. It's, Maoris being aggressive and, rude and disrespectful, whatever the fucking shit ass crap they say. And it's just bullshit. It is bullshit. Like, the fact that they can just continue to get away with this shows you how much the racism is racisming. Really.
Yeah. Still very strong, isn't it?
Unfucking fortunately.
All right, super chats. I see you. Friday Fiver. Did somebody mention super chats? We did. Thanks for Southern Moonlight being $5. Thank you. I like this one from Kiri Burb. Newsflash: we are not UK 2.0. We are New Zealand. 100%. In fact, I would even say we are Aotearoa. Peter Simps. I always wanted to know how you say your last name. Hey, Peter. The international attention the haka brought was significant. I think it really embraced the coalition, embarrassed the coalition, the perfect thing to do, and it showed. I agree. I think it's gotten some pretty cool support. You wouldn't let me super chat about Seymour, so here's a Friday Fiver. Thanks, Sis and Gold. I appreciate it. Oh,
I was gonna say, Citizen, you can always send it through to me in the DMs, and I can just say it. Fuck it.
Sounds like the Atmosphere Group now owns Google and YouTube, so should be careful. They got the fingers in that pot too.
Fuck, they're all over the
Conspiracies.
Anyway, should we get a little bit of nice? Do we want to go memes and then nice, or do we want to go nice?
Yeah, we feeling the memes. It's a palate cleanser. Although I feel like there was a bit of more of like a hoorah than it was a.
That's true. Well, fuck it. We'll do memes anyway because memes are fun.
Memes.
And I have at least.
There you go. Peter Syme runs with time. Thanks, Peter. Appreciate it.
Oh, love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen, and then once you see I've opened up the meme, you can do the thing.
Thanks, Reagan. I agree. Not a conspiracy if it's real.
It is not a conspiracy if it's real, but... All right. So we'll go. Yes, we'll go. Okay, I'm ready. Can you pop me up? All right, we are.
Sorry, I was singing.
No, you're fine. Okay, so
does this one need explanation? Has anyone got it?
Well, obviously for the audio listeners, this is a picture. This is a picture that was put into the Discord. I can't remember who made this one. I'm so sorry, but it is Sideshow Seymour and Simian Clown. So we have David Seymour, who has been photoshopped to have Sideshow Bob's here from The Simpsons, and then just a good old Simian with a clown wig on, classic, beautiful, simple. And then we have some more.
Classic
we have Don Brash and David Seymour as Anakin Skywalker and Palpatine. And it says, "Did you ever hear the tragedy of William Hobson, the Governor General? I thought not." That one was so good. Also, whoever made that, I love the way you've actually blended the faces in. Very well done. And then this is my meme of the week. This came from Detective Rogers in a Discord chat that we had last night that may have devolved into some random conversations. Oh my god! Who might not be familiar with the...
Can you zoom in just a little bit?
Yeah,
Can you give us
sure.
a little zoom in? Just
Okay,
gotta
yeah.
see
So
that.
well, this is the BK Kids Club. So we've got all of the characters and
Showing our age.
all of the it's all National Party members. So we've got in the back we've got Tamapōtaka, just smile and wave boys. We've got good old Shane Sigaretti with 14 layers of bullshit.
Oh,
We
no.
got Mark Mitchell, tough on crime, with some very cool goggles. I'm not gonna lie, I've forgotten that blonde lady's name right now. So if the chat could like tell us who it is, and then Ems can read it for me, that'd be cool.
Quickly.
But it says you report more, I report less. Then we've got good
Disability.
old.
Social development. Then
We've got
Louise Upston.
Oh, Louise Upston, that's the one.
Yeah.
We've got old Nikki No Boats. We've got some. I'm gonna have to zoom out a little bit so that we can see the rest of it. You've got fucking Simeon Brown with no IQ.
Okay.
And we've got Luxon and the hairless leader, and we've got good old the Bish as the dog, which just says a good boy.
If I was to make one little slight adjustment, replace Bish with Seymour and be like
it has to be national.
the tail. I know, but it's the tail wagging the dog.
To be fair, you probably swap it around then if that was the case.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Luxon is the good boy there.
Is there any? Was it a good? How do you say? Was it a selective choice to put Luxon in the wheelchair to look like Professor Xavier?
You know what? I'm not the artist, so maybe Detective Rogers can let us know in the chat or can DM me. But yes, that was a very beautiful. Honestly, a lot of work went into this, and I was just so impressed.
Breath of fresh air.
All
The
right.
memes. Thank you for the memes.
So
Rajan would also like to know: Are you going to show the Hamburglar? Is it next round? Is it round 2?
Honestly, that may have just not gotten saved to my computer, to be honest. So I can't.
Sorry, Rajan. I've seen it.
I think
Rajan.
I sent. Yeah, no, I showed it to you. Rajan, how about we save it? We'll make the rest of them. But we will.
Save it for next time.
Yeah. So we have not much good news this week. I'm gonna be honest, guys. It was a little slim pickings out there. However, I do have some local good news that I would like to share with everyone that I think is very, very, very cool. So I'm not sure if many of you will have heard of the Living Pa, which is a project at Victoria University Te Herenga Waka, where they're creating this really awesome living building that is essentially a building that prioritizes like reuse of water. They've got a grey water system that's like it's very, sustainable. There's solar paneling. There is so many amazing things have gone into this building, and I'm really excited for it to open. Sadly, I'm not going to be able to go to the opening, but I saw today some really awesome news from Ngai Tauira, who are the student association. And I'm just going to play this clip for you.
First entered their regional competition in 1991. They were winners of that Wellington regional competition on their first attempt. They've been together since their marae was first opened at Victoria University in December of 1986.
So we're doing professional recordings of our historical Ngāi Tauira songs in preparation for the opening day of our Living Pa, which has been in the process for many, many years. We are on a mission to learn all of these historical songs before the opening day so that we can distribute the videos and the recordings to all of our alumni living all across the world and across Aotearoa so that they can learn it remotely. And then on the day, we can all perform it together, different generations of Ngāi Tauira representing. Kāra ia ngā pau o tō whare.
That's cool. Oh, you're muted. We lost you. Hello.
Sorry, I muted myself when I was drinking water. My bad. But yes, there was a comment that says, "Is this sustainable architecture?" Yes, it is. And so this building, if you haven't heard about it, it's one of only few buildings that exists. And yeah, it's been a long time in the making. It's a really awesome. Yeah, exactly. It's a part of the Living Building Challenge, and there's only 1 out of 2 in the country. And so, like, it is so exciting. And I mean, there's been so much work that's gone into it, to make sure that this is not only a sustainable building, but it's also a building that's
Sustainability?
been created with like community and actually creating spaces that really actually allow for a lot better flow and feel less cold. And like, I'm so gutted because one of the papers that I did, we had to do an ethnographic replica, which is basically we had to try and make something from Maori history as close to originally as possible. And I did a pūrere, which is called a bull roarer, I think some people know it as. And so like we got to do stuff like that. But in this building, they have a laboratory that's actually going to have like a lot of tools and actual like traditional tools, so students will have the opportunities to actually be in those facilities using traditional materials. And I'm so jealous for everyone that gets to go through this building, to be honest.
Both in the greater. So both buildings. Do you know what the other building is?
I don't know off the top of my head, sorry. Obviously because Living Power is just something that
Oh.
I've been around.
Oh,
right, yes. Te Wānanga o Raikawa, yes.
There we go.
But yeah, no, it's really awesome. So like they're having the opening. It's actually open to the public. So if anyone, near or is going to be in Wellington on the 6th of December at 4 in the morning, people are welcome to go. And yeah, I'm really excited for it. It's just gives me lots of warm fuzzies.
Very cool. Some good stuff still exists. Was there any other good stories on that list? I know it was slim pickings, but surely.
Yeah, we do have a bit of an interesting story. Again, it's coming from Wellington, and I can't help that the only good news I could really find is from Wellington at the moment. But I just learnt about this today. It's a really interesting initiative that's called Froth Entertainment, and it's some young people who are trying to revive Wellington's nightlife, which for anyone who lives here knows is definitely struggling a lot.
Challenge.
And so these people were actually inspired by the Dunedin crowd and their kind of party culture. However, did I not hit share? Sorry. However, they obviously wanted to have that kind of thing, but their focus is around creating safe spaces that people can go and kind of trying to create environments that encourage responsible partying and enjoying things. And also they have a really cool they're trying to take the focus away from alcohol. So and what they're doing is they have people that they call kaitiaki who go around and are just, instead of having like security who make can often make those kind of environments just feel a lot more negative. And when you're on substances, having those kind of negative vibes around you can actually make people more negative when they're on substances. So I really love the idea of the fact that they're trying to minimize and actually just encourage and have people that are going around making sure everyone's having a good time, that they're also focused on local artists, so they don't spend heaps of money to get international artists in, because they've found that by obviously hiring local, that means that they can keep ticket prices quite cheap and accessible so that people will actually want to come to these parties. And then there are obviously also people seem to be quite excited to support local and just have a good, safe space to do and have a good night. And so they have parties at San Fran, which I think I must have gone past and heard these parties before, not realizing what this is. But apparently it's been going on a lot this year, and they've been doing some really good work in terms of creating some safe spaces and good cultures. And I think they're working with Twisted Frequencies. So for anyone who's from the South Island, you guys probably have heard of Twisted Frequencies. And just, yeah, I love to see people trying to, rather than take away and restrict, trying to find ways to make safe areas for people to do what they're going to do anyway.
I mean, that's it, right? It's harm reduction. If you
Exactly.
you can't stop people from using, I say drugs, recreational
Well,
drugs.
Yeah, you can't stop people
But if
from
they're
wanting
gonna
to
do
just
it,
go out
you
and have
might
a
as
good
well.
time.
Yeah, if they're gonna do it, you might as well do it safely. It's the same thing with harm reduction in terms of safe needles for needle drug.
Yeah,
no,
needle
this is
exchanges
not
and like
needle
drug
exchanges. Thank you.
drug
Drug
testing.
testing
Like
it.
I
Yep.
love that. And also, speaking of drug testing, I don't know if anyone's aware of that. Know Your Stuff. They're currently on
Mhm.
a donation drive at the moment to help support their mahi. So if you do have the ability to support mahi like that, I would highly recommend supporting Know Your Stuff, because obviously harm reduction and safe usage of drugs is fine. It can be safe, and it can be something that is used to just amplify your life every now and then, but we've got to do it safely, and we've got to encourage people to be educated and
Yeah.
test, because if we can test our drugs, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, if it's out there, people are going to get their hands on it. People want it. But people shouldn't be dying from it. There is
Exactly.
very cheap, reasonable ways in which we can test it so that people are doing things safely.
And I agree with
Yeah.
Gark here, saying drug testing saves more lives than legislation. And I would agree, because it's really hard when you don't know what's in your stuff. Because if we can regulate these things and actually know that what we're putting in our body is exactly what we think it is, then we can
Yeah.
predict and actually, be a lot safer.
Speaking of great news, have you heard about the Onion buying InfoWars?
Yes.
Yes, 100%. That was probably one of the better stories from this week.
Yes, I think it
Unfortunately,
was fun.
though, so they won the bid for the auction so they went into bankruptcy. The Sandy Hook, the families from the Sandy Hook survivor families, I guess you could say.
Yes.
They pitched in to help. Well, they worked together with the Onion to buy them out of bankruptcy. However, it did go through. It was successful, but the courts have stopped it, and they have to do a hearing, which is posted for next week. Posted for next week. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yes, it is a true story. Some people were like, fake news, surely
Yes.
not. But no, that is a true story. It's just whether or not they will pass the hearing. So
Yeah, well, yeah, because they have to actually win the bid and stuff as well. So,
Sarah's just asking, what's the Onion? The Onion is a satirical news site. I don't know if it was ever published as a paper, but it's been around.
No, it's always. My understanding is it's
Always been digital?
online. Yeah,
Yeah,
they've got a
it's
YouTube platform.
classic.
They do videos. They do articles. Satire news
Yeah.
show is what they are.
Satire
So
news show.
yeah. But that did remind me, we do have that one funny story about the bear. We do have the bear.
Join us for Friday shows where we show you all of the weird internet stories that fascinating.
Yeah, so
Really important news for you guys to know. There's all this stuff happening with the treaty, but what's really important is
hey, yeah, I mean, we need some silly news. And I mean, I think we might all agree that recently American news has been dog shit, and it's been horrible. So this is news that is definitely funny as and I don't even really know how to introduce this story, to be honest. So I'm just gonna chuck it in.
Go on. Philly D, fill us up.
This would get some points. Because if you haven't seen the news, 4 people in Los Angeles have now been arrested for dressing up like a bear and damaging their cars for insurance payouts. And according to officials
You heard that correct. This is the bear.
and video and pictures, these people got a bear costume, used hand tools to simulate claws, and then climbed inside of a 2010 Rolls Royce and left scratches all over the interior. And when they submitted their claim, they also submitted surveillance video showing the bear climbing into the car and rooting around. Which, just really quick, sounds like a great idea on paper, but just watching, it looks like someone in a Snuggie just crawling around a car. And so I guess not so surprisingly, the insurance company started smelling something fishy. And then an investigation got open, which the California Department of Insurance called Operation Bear Claw, which honestly,
I mean, Operation Bear Claw is just such a good name.
just props for that name. But then also during that investigation, they found 2 other claims to 2 different insurance companies, also claiming that a bear messed up their cars on the same day at the same place. And in those cases, it was a 2015 and 2022 Mercedes, and they also submitted video. So when investigators took a closer look at the video, they determined that is definitely a person in a bear suit, which was also then backed up by a biologist from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. And then when a search warrant
How wild is it that they had to get a professional to make sure?
Just got a bit of a case here for you. Can you just want to have a look at this quick footage here? Can you just confirm that that is a bear? No, no.
We need a biologist
sure
expert opinion.
Can 100% tell you that that is not a bear. Thanks. We'll just pay you the $2,000 that cost us for the consultation. Yeah.
I know, right? And I just, and because actually there is, I'll find the picture. It comes up very soon. We'll pause on it.
was executed, investigators found the bear.
This is the costume.
Is it a shirt?
The costume. Yeah, I think it is. It might also
Is
be
it
like
not
an
even a full-
underlayer stuff. I think it might
It's
actually
not
be
even a
like.
full bear suit.
Oh, I'll be honest, I can't really tell. It could also be like, you know how some outfits will have like a layer underneath to protect you from the yuck.
Yeah.
It could be that,
Yuck.
but I mean, how fucking goofy. How goofy is that shit? And the thing is that 3 people ended up getting arrested and are facing up to 5 years in prison because they received about $140,000 already in the insurance. Because this, I mean, to be honest, I don't know if anyone's going to get this reference, but this feels like something from Saints Row, because in Saints Row they used to have an insurance fraud mini game, and this just seems like something out of that. Because what the hell? Yeah, a bear in a white shirt. Who knows? Honestly, also
Might be real.
It could have been Freddy Fazbear. I mean, who knows? That could have been real.
Too good. All right. I got one little thing, and then I think we're going to wrap up with our 90-minute hour. Just keeping it real. Keeping our 90-minute hours
We've
going.
laughed at people in bear suits.
I'm kind of gonna bring it back a little bit, back to last week's conversation, but I thought this is very appropriate. Get ready for an ass kicking, you Nazi bitch. Excuse me, says the next person. Let's resolve this with kindness, shall we? What would Jesus do? Jesus says, knock that motherfucker out. And the reason this is relevant is last week I was like, oh, I feel bad for like dunking on Simeon or so much. Like, we're so mean to the right sometimes. And then when you're just like, no, fuck them. They say shit about us all the time. We don't need to be nice to them. Why?
Shit. They actively take our rights away. Fuck them.
Yeah, they don't. They're constantly undermining us. Whereas we're like, maybe we should meet in the middle. And we've had conversations about this of like, you know, maybe the way we bring them over is like, maybe we're a little bit too angry feminists. Maybe we need to be like, you know, a little bit softer. Maybe they'll come and join us. Nah, no, they won't. We're fucked.
We just gotta teach them empathy, which is really fucking hard because we need to teach
unempathetic
people empathy.
I know, I have so much empathy, and that's the issue.
Yeah,
Maybe
some people have not enough. Yeah, you know, we need like a sharing fund where you can give away some of yours to someone in need. You know what I mean?
I like this idea. I've got too much empathy. We give it to the right to have a little bit more empathy. We meet in the middle. I like this. This is
That
genius.
would be nice. That would be nice.
Too
I think
good.
we've got
Well,
a
thanks for those
couple
positive news
of
stories.
comments that we'll just get to real quickly. I did see this from earlier and I forgot to mention it, but V Bunch said, I spoke to Craig Evan yesterday at Parliament protest and Julianne Genter and told them both how much they're appreciated here on BHN. Thank you
There
for
are.
letting them know because they are absolute mad lads.
Craig Greeny.
Also,
Talk to us
apparently
sleep any day.
Moana has dropped a video on YouTube, so I'm probably going to have to
Oh.
go watch that later on.
Yes,
That sounds
yes.
very good. Also, apparently, Paula Marie McKenzie, I understand that during Q&A time in the morning, Tama, Shane Jones, and Reti were in the house. As soon as the first reading began, they slithered out. Wankers. And yeah, what really fucking slimy. See you next Tuesdays.
Pretty much.
We've got a super chat here from Damp for $5. Up to party. Yes?
Yeah.
If we're saying
Yeah.
up, like as in yeah, they're good, then yes. I'm
I'm
assuming
say
that's
it's a
what that means.
positive.
And if it doesn't,
You
then
might have been
that's
trying to
what
troll
I'm
us
taking it
then.
as.
Sorry.
Hey,
You failed.
I
We
don't
saw it as
know.
a good thing.
There might be a comprehension thing on my end. I also just like
Sorry,
these
if
comments
it's not,
here.
then yeah.
5 years in prison for pretending to be a bear. Meanwhile, Trump is above the
Trump
law.
is above the law.
I mean,
We
you're
can't put
not
an old
wrong.
man in prison. No, we can't put. Oh, he's such an old. He will get absolutely fucked over. We can't put him in prison. Oh, he's the president. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just
And
ignore
then-
the convictions. It's
yeah.
fine.
Oh,
Felonies.
yeah. And then Miss Scruffador, I choose the bear. And you know what? It is a goofy bear. I choose that one. And apparently it's a business bear. I mean, he's doing official business. He's trying to make money. Leave him alone.
Here's another one. Is that moist in disguise? I don't know what this is referring to, but this is a great segue into the highlight reel. Are we ready, guys?
Hell
Are
yeah.
you ready,
Oh, yes, I haven't
kids?
seen this.
Apologies for the volume. I'm sure it's probably too loud or too quiet. So we'll give you a second to turn us down before we unmute. Okay? Promise.
Kia ora koutou whānau. Welcome back to another episode of Big Hairy News.
Kia ora, Pat.
Hi, Becky.
Hello.
Oh, it's a bit of a chill there, but that's Dunedin, isn't it?
That's why you will always be an Aucklander. Soft northern Jesse.
Take your time, Joe.
Yeah,
We're in no rush.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's smooth. You'll edit this out in post.
I'll just call it the Secret Service. You all know what I'm talking about.
You tell us. Lucy Lawless is cool.
I love traveling by train.
Trains are fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
Wow. People would understand as a public good. Getting rural kids to school is a public good.
Fewer children missing school, but at the same time,
That must be absolute chaos for those families.
that is my favourite part from the mouth of a melting pile of pancake batter.
Oh, that's my voice.
It's beautiful.
Little old man sleep in a chair is one of life's true blessings.
I see you've trademarked your name. Have a listen to it.
Podcasts.
Oh, you've got a
Awards.
Yeah. But what would we have to get this printed on to send to you to wear in Parliament?
Think of the headline.
The speaker hasn't kicked anyone out yet, and
could
I
be
think
the
it's
first.
possible he
Sounds like a
wants
challenge.
to keep it that way. I love it. It's great.
Bloody cycle lanes. We're going
Getting
to
in,
put
getting
my
out.
Ford Ranger.
We'll make dozens of dollars.
All I know is I get paid in a 20-cent mixture.
Yeah, but 20-cent mixture ain't what it used to be. Are we done?
I will when I'm finished. This fucker, Emily, if you're watching, just a big egg, little piggy eyes. This is 2 of 3.
Hang on, I'm going to get comfy. Okay, go.
Seymour is shat out of his ass.
404 balls not found.
Nicky no boats and Simeon no balls.
What would that picture look like? Maybe not. Apologise and withdraw D's nuts.
Oh no, don't do that. Oh, there's no way I'm going to win this. Oh, it's got away from me. Oh, no. 3 of 3, and then we're out, Pat. It's like, let's play a game of Where's Luxo? No,
No.
it's not there.
You slimy little cowards.
What Pat's doing, children,
Is it because he's a dick?
edit it in so I add dick on the end. Duck, dive, dodge, dip, and
Dick. Shut up, Dick. We will see you tomorrow night as we fizz at the bunghole.
moist. My name is Chewy. Hi, newsroom. It's Chewy from BHN podcast. Myself, Chewy, BHN. That's BHN, Big Hairy News, 4 nights a week. 4 nights a week. I do this 4 nights a week. Thanks, newsroom.
Sorry, were you crying with
Yeah,
laughter? there, coughing
low-key
with
got
laughter?
me. Like, it got me with a cough at the end there. Oh, fuck me.
That was a fun one to edit.
Yeah, no,
I love
honestly.
Hi, it's Chewy from, just say it's Chewy from BHN, 4 nights a week. Chewy from BHN. The amount of times you use it, I was like, oh, this is going to clip great. Too good.
Honestly,
Sorry,
I
you're
feel
probably
like I
super
didn't even
loud.
realize how clippable that was. Jesus. I
There
saw
was a
quite
good Nala moment, but the moist is oh fuck.
I mean, the moist was so good.
I almost
'Cause
didn't watch
I
the end of the
thought-
episode because I was like, oh, okay, we're good now. And then I watched the end and I was like, oh, I almost missed that.
I like this comment. I like this pet.
I like
Jack.
this pet.
So do we.
Well, join him on Monday through to Thursday. Now you're on
I
BHN.
also saw I need that on
What
a
is it?
shirt, and I don't know if that was to the Nikki No boats, but I don't know if you guys have
Is-
heard.
It's
We might be getting that soon. Well, yes,
Oh.
hopefully. Well, I think that came up when it might have been the Nikki No boats. So if that was referencing the Nikki No boats image, in case you haven't heard, the merch will be coming as soon as
He's coming.
the printer is printing. Also, someone said explain the moist thing. I don't even really know what it is, if I'm honest, and I've been here the whole time. So if someone else can tell us, that'd be cool. Oh, okay. So someone got in trouble.
moist is I don't know where moist originally came from, but it was kind of a thing of like moist is like the most horrific noise or sound or word.
It's not a
next to,
great
like,
word.
Nails on a chalkboard, and that's just kind of become over the last 10 years. That's become the thing, and then someone must have started putting it in the. No, you know why it came up? Because Pat tried to say black and white, and he's like, maybe it's more like that's very dry news, or it's very wet
that's
news.
right.
And someone was like, no, it's moist news, and
Yeah, that's right.
So there you go. That's the law.
Just fun community random BS,
All right. Any super chats we missed?
No,
here we
there
go.
was a funny. You do it. You do it.
404 balls not found shirt needs to happen. Yes, I agree.
We do need.
And then
to
just
get
all
that.
the no balls men.
Also, dad joke of the week from Paula Marie McKenzie. So a dyslexic walks into a bra. Also, apparently MCP888. Why am I here? You people are insane. I don't know, man. You have to click on this on purpose, so you can either hang out and be insane with us. Or,
I mean, we're
do what you want.
Maybe we're not.
Although I like your
enough.
I do actually really like the picture. Profile
Is
picture.
Is that
I'm
my
pretty
boy?
sure it is.
That's my boy.
Name's not coming to my brain right now.
He's one of my favorite NZ
Someone in
comics. He
chat
did
will
like
have it.
sexy election man comics, right? That's him.
Yeah, he's the one that does like a lot of the. I think he did the people of. There's like a people of New Zealand book.
Maybe I'm thinking of different one. Sorry, chat. Do you know?
I don't
can
know.
you correct me.
I'm getting confused. Yeah, if someone's got the answer, that's cool. But
you could just
yeah.
tell us.
Also apparently, Rudu reckons someone should superimpose Simeon Brown on the image of the boy on the school road sign. And
With
also,
was it Eric of his Hanford, like you're across the road? Isn't she education minister?
Also, Luxon equal taka ngā rā ho. Drop balls. So if you wanted to know how to say drop balls, taka ngā rā ho. Love it.
I could learn that.
Definitely should not have tried to say that first of all without reading it first. Oh, true. And yeah, I believe that is.
We're done. It's been a long hour. Anything else to share before we head into the weekend?
I did see a comment that I accidentally just got rid of that was talking about the Uncle Rawiri telling Shane that he shouldn't throw rocks at glass houses because of the porn thing. So that was funny.
Oh,
so, yeah.
I forgot
we'll
that.
We'll get to talk about that next week, hopefully. I'm sure there'll be plenty to talk about next week. But hopefully, if anyone's going to be here in Te Whanganui Atara on Tuesday, I'll probably see you around. I think we're supposed to be going to Choose Lane. I think that's what I said.
Cool. That sounds fun. I will be there in spirit.
Yes.
All right.
We can send you a selfie. That'll be fine.
Please do.
All right, Whānau.
Let's do this.
Help us settle a debate, whether it be thoughtful or funny, even if we're all creatures of hate. It's a fine line that we're walking together. For better, push aside the temptation to berate. Let's take a note of the corners we stand in. As many points as the hairs on my chinny chin chin. When the news that we're watching is hairy, knowing all the things that we need to be wary of. Like the rich have the hand out for rewards, while the many have to work out what they can afford. And the rest of us ain't paying attention, or maybe have questions we're too worried to mention. Other media is still dwelling on trivial facts, vetting peas from the rice and the mice from the rats, and picking and choosing a warpath to run, linking ourselves with the hill to die on. It's gotta come down to a welcoming vibe, with an A and a self and a higher in mind. All heavily either this way or that, and we'll be analyzed by both Chewie and Pat. With the evil in the world trying to mess with your head, and you're sitting on the couch, you're thinking chivalry's dead. Each night, 2 nights, they're gonna sing you to bed. It's Big Hairy News.
Thanks for joining in on this wonderful Friday night. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Sorry, Magenta and I were fighting over the comments, but I'm sure we appreciate all of you wonderful people. Pat will be back and Chewie will be back with you on Monday at 9 o'clock. Magenta, any final words?
Thanks for spending your Friday night with us, and keep cool till after school.
Catch you. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.
Ka pai tō pō.